Welcome everybody to Catfish Weekly along with Chad and Josh. I'm Lyle. And boys, it's been a wild day.
Yeah.
60 degrees in southwest Missouri.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's like 55 here today.
Yeah, we kicked him out at talking about 60 degrees.
What the hey?
Man.
We got 270-degree days coming up later this week. I'm in love with that.
It was a miserable weekend, but thank goodness today is the first day of spring, and it didn't get to a heat wave of no 60 around here, but we did get to about almost 50. So
beautiful sunshiny day.
Uncle Jeep, we are going to be discussing that here in just a little while.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, but real quick, we'll run down the list. We also got a tournament result here. I don't know which one you want to do first there, Pops.
Hey, whatever trips your trigger, man.
Well, let's go with the tournament result first, and then we'll say hi to all these beautiful people as more pour in here.
That sounds good.
Well, we got the Indiana Catfish Association. Do you know where this was launched at? I know they launched for several different places around Indiana.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Tournaments on the Ohio and some of the lakes up in Indiana, but in this one, we got in fifth place. We got Caitlin Sanders and Randall Blankenbaker came in fifth place with 40.85 pounds. Casey Tudoro and Kyle Ressner came in fourth at 42.97. Nick Hand, Joey Enoch, and Miguel Serrato came in third with 43.88. Brian Yoder, Larry Raber, and Eldon Graber came in second, and they had one fish. It was the big fish of the day at 55.33. And Mickey Robinson and Mark Reckenbach came in first with a 68.5.
Nice.
On the water.
Very nice fish. Looking like that might have been launched at Leavenworth, but I'm not 100%.
That sounds right. I know they launched at Leavenworth quite a bit. All right.
Regardless, that's some good numbers.
It is. The Leavenworth area's got some great fish too.
We'll head over here to the chat and start saying hi. We've got 44 people in, and they're starting to come little by little here. But we got Mr. Avid Fisherman, Pontoon Jody, River Rat 3030, Joe Buck 66, Mr. Carolina Catfish, Adventures with Robin C., who is also a member. So is David. Forgot about him, but thank you both. We got member Uptown Chrissy Brown, member Mark from Catfish and Crappie, who will have Brad Caudell from Tidal Weights.
23 months for Mark.
23 months.
Wow.
That's amazing, but I'm at 23 months in one day.
Oh, there you go.
We got Mr. Creole Catfishing said, good evening. Listening while eating South Louisiana seafood, and that does involve shrimp log.
I'm sure it does.
That sounds really good.
We got Cat Life Outdoors, Rams Bait and Tackle San Antonio, Uncle Jeep, John Patrick Jr., Parker Bass Pursuits, Moonlight Fishing. Here's Mr. Brad Becks. Mr. Steve Mosley. Mr. Maurice Cason. He's listening. Can't chat though. Mr. LG Bass, Murillo Family Fishing. Sampy's in the house. What's up, buddy? James Allball. Miss Stephanie's in the house. Guerrero Bagre.
Did you notice that Richard with Fishing for Freedom is also a member, 13 months strong?
America. We've got Big Bill's Veteran Catfishing, HS Outdoor Adventures. We got Eric B up in here. You see me scrolling.
Freddie, welcome.
We got Wabash Nate and Big Wrench Catfishing. JG Hill Studio.
Pontoon Jody, Parker Pursuits, the ultimate bass fisherman.
Uh-huh. He learned it from his Uncle Hank.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We got Bugman. What's up, Buggy? Hooks and hammocks. And I am finally to the bottom.
I saw Hooks and Hammocks was like really throwing some emojis out. I think he's trying to make up for yesterday morning where he wasn't able to. So
go back over this.
Boys, I'm going to hang in here with you as long as I can. My back is just on fire tonight. We'll see how long it lasts.
Well, I understand because my shoulders are so flippin' sore from casting 500,000 times.
Oh, yeah.
Look at all the fish you caught.
Mm-hmm. That's why we have to have a 4-person showdown here for too long.
I'm excited about that. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Keith, you have no idea how anxious I am for your upcoming video. That's all I got to say about that.
We've got HS Outdoor Adventures in here tonight. It's probably the first time he's been in about 9 months. Because normally this time my buddy Heath would be asleep, but he's on vacation this week. So
good for him.
Well deserved vacation. So
Eric and Sean T and John Patrick Jr. Catfish Fever and Outdoors.
Do you get old Freddie?
I did. Freddie said hello to all of us just a little bit ago. Bless his heart. Glad to have him in here. And Feeling Caddy, Pam Hullinger. Is that right? Did I say that right?
Hullinger, yeah. If we didn't say it right, she'll correct us.
Oh yeah, she'll let us.
No doubt.
Pam will let us know if we mess up. So
she's a firecracker.
Newbies Catfishing.
And there's Mr. Bumpin' Mike Greenwell.
Hey, glad to have Mike in here. There's Murillo Family Fishing. What's the first thing we're going to hit on tonight?
Well, first thing we're going to hit on is my career as a bass angler was very short-lived, and I am back.
Yeah.
It broke my heart to even say that I was out there fishing for him, but I did it for my brother Josh. But it did show us some things, fellas. Parker Pursuits has been kicked out of the catfish community. He caught more bass in one live stream than he has catfish on the River Rat Show.
Probably in the history of the River Rats, yeah.
Probably, I think you're probably right.
There's Danny Stone.
He put on a clinic yesterday, is what he done.
Jerry was on fire yesterday.
It not only amounted to he knew where to go, but he knew what to use. He knew how to catch them. And he missed several. My God, how many would he have caught if he'd caught all of them that hit him?
And the thing really that really just stands out more than anything else is that was not the lake that he intended to bass fish that day.
Right.
He got out there to the spot he was going to fish, and it was all iced over. He couldn't fish it, so he had to. He went over to Baldwin, but it was not where he was planning to fish, and still managed to just dominate it yesterday.
He did. It was a great performance from a great fisherman. That's all you can say.
Well, I've said it before, and I think I'll continue to say that he is the Chris Kyle of the community, and he really is one of the best all-around fishermen.
Yeah, he's pretty tough to handle.
So.
Yep, he is.
That is a fact, and it was very enjoyable to watch him execute that, or I thought it was.
It really warmed my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Work. Be right back.
No problem.
Well, that didn't take long.
Nope. But hey, Josh, I've said up for years and years, if you have a good job, you do what you can to take
you
care
have to, you have to protect that. Yeah.
That's right.
Always within reason, but
yeah, that's exactly right. And if you got time put in, and I know Chad does,
Oh yeah.
your what you're looking for as an end result is there for you.
JG Hill mentioned the phone ring. I'm going to make Parker yelling fish on my new ringtone on my phone. So
I need one that says, oh, when every time Dockery hits the Docker reel.
oh, we could do that too. Yeah, it
Yeah,
wouldn't be hard.
I think that'd be a great one, especially when he calls. But yeah, jobs are special, Avid. They really are. If you got a good one, you take care of it, no
Yeah,
matter
you
what.
gotta take care of those. Is it, too hard to find a decent one anymore? It's not hard to find work. It's hard to find decent work at the moment. So
It's hard to find what you want, making what you
yeah,
want.
yeah.
That's cool,
Yeah.
Mark. But yeah, I know Jerry had a great day yesterday. A newcomer, Clutch, come in.
Clutch was doing good. He drew first blood in that tournament.
If he
Come out
would have
there.
had signal and battery issues wasn't there, um, I think he would have done a little bit better. There's no telling how many he didn't get to show us. Don't know
Oh yeah,
because of battery problems, and
yeah.
that's something that people that does these kind of tournaments and online things, you need to prepare yourself with batteries or boxes that
Yeah.
battery.
Yeah, I had told him that I kind of felt responsible for that. I told him everything he needed to get going, and you do enough lives, you start to take stuff for granted. You overlook stuff. I didn't think to tell him, hey, make sure you have a phone charger or a power bank or something like that. We're just so
Backup.
used to grabbing them anymore.
Right.
But
That's right.
he and
Hey,
I were talking last night, and he's wanting to build up a one of the ammo can battery banks like you were talking about. So I told him I'd get him a parts list for that and kind of go from there, get that thing built. And
they don't take up much space, and you can charge several things at once off of. You run multiple cameras and your phone. So yeah, they're awesome. I have
oh yeah,
one done and a couple started, and I'm going to change a couple of things on the next ones because you can just stick them in a cubby hole somewhere.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
put them on top of your thing and put a strap over top of them so they don't jump out going down the road or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And you can have one in the front and one in the back or whatever. I run my depth finders off of one, and they'll go a week solid without having to be recharged. Um, and then I don't have any drag off my main batteries, and that eliminates one of the issues of the battery being dead when you go to start up and you want to go
Yeah.
home. It just
And
eliminates.
and I will add this: if you're running your fish finder off of a battery bank like that, you have eliminated just about every possible source of RF interference.
That's
So
exactly right.
if you're getting ignition noise, if you're getting trolling motor noise, any of that RFI that's going to distort or mess up the signal that you're getting on your sonar, you just got rid of all that by doing that. That's why it's one of the reasons it's always a good idea to run your fish finder wiring all the way back to the battery. A 12-volt battery acts like a real good filter. Oh, there's James Dockery.
Hi, James Dockery.
Hi, buddy.
James says late, but this is going to be a great show without that loudmouth Chad.
Well, just like the short amount of time that I was gone. Very short. My apologies for that, gentlemen.
Hey, no problem. We were just talking about that. A good job you got to take care of no matter what. So we are all on board with that.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, we'll call it that.
Okay.
Great job.
He's back now.
Calm down, Jody. I'm back. I gotta give Mr. Bullock Experience a shout out. I want to thank him. He moderated my Facebook group today of these scam artists that are trying to sell merchandise of my logo and shirts. So thank you, buddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't see that one.
I didn't either, but good job, Kelly.
Yep. He helped me ban that scammer, so I appreciate him. I'm sure he'll send me a
Hey, thank you, Kelly.
Hello, Dieter Melhorn.
Wow.
That's scary, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of scary, yeah. I've been seeing the merchandisers in a lot of Facebook groups here lately, and one of the ones is especially the Baldwin Lake fishing group, they'll take and put this picture. There's be somebody different posting it every time, but they'll play on sympathies. They'll say that, you know, my child has autism, or my child has this or that, and learned design and made this shirt, and they're trying to, you know, if you see that in a group, they'll immediately turn off comments, everything else. It's a scam. Don't click on that stuff.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is people are going to unjoin as a terminology, unjoin those channels because of that kind of stuff. So if you have a moderator or somebody that's in there that jumps on that and gets rid of it right away, that's to your advantage.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, if you're in any kind of thing like that, if it is not a familiar face or name, never click on that kind of stuff.
Right. If it's not somebody you know personally.
Yep.
Yeah. So what were we talking about before I so rudely left? And I know we were talking about Parker.
We were talking about Hank Parker and Jerry learning from his
being kicked out of the clubs.
Parker getting kicked out of he's not allowed to play in the reindeer games no more. So
you do have another tournament coming up, right, Josh?
We are going to have, actually there are going to be two. Because there's going to be one for the four of us yesterday that couldn't buy a bite. We've got to narrow that down.
Relive this crap?
Yeah, we got to narrow it down to two. So we'll have that one to be coming up maybe sometime, hopefully in April, and then we're going to set one for I'm thinking June-ish, somewhere in there.
So you have two more chances, Chadwick.
Yay!
If nothing else, people get to watch us suffer again. So Heath is right. We fished Crab Orchard Lake yesterday, and we did it for a reason. Lake of Egypt was overrun with bass tournaments yesterday, and I've got no doubt we could have at least pulled out one fish if we'd been on Egypt, but it was not happening on crab yesterday. So awesome lake for catfish, but
that could have been any place, you know. It
was rough conditions.
But there's times like that, and you just deal with it and go on.
Parker, if I get a copyright strike because of Brian, you and I are going to talk.
Hey, I warned you once. I warned you again. You know, Northern Life. He was Chris Kyle, so I'd be very mindful. We can see you from a mile away.
Hey, there's Miss Halana joining us tonight.
Hallelujah. And yes, Miss Jody, this is a J-Dog one of a kind. Thank you. He had to buy so much material to have this. It was a specialty made.
I even wore my J-Dog jacket yesterday and couldn't catch a fish.
That's sad.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to, besides picking on Parker the rest of the night, what are we going to talk about, fella?
Well, I'm enjoying Parker myself.
Yeah, Parker's fun to mess with, but
he is. But he can't catch fish.
I did see somebody had a question a minute ago. Nubby's catfishing, asking who can make logos. There's a lot of folks out there. Bobcat Outdoors comes to mind right off the top of my head. John Parker. I had mine done through a website called Fiverr, Fiverr, I believe. And that's just where independent contractors get on there and offer their imaging services and stuff. You can work out a deal for logos and all that kind of stuff on there. You usually get a pretty good deal on there. So
Yeah, $5.
yeah,
$100
it's basically everything starts pretty well $5.
Yeah, it depends on what you want and how much time they put into it, really.
And it's like anything else, the more you spend, the better the quality.
Yeah. If you do decide to go through Fiverr, deal with one of the vendors that offers unlimited revisions. Otherwise, they'll give you something that you don't like and you're stuck paying for that. Unlimited revisions makes them have to get it right before you have to pay them the money. So, but yeah, Bobcat Outdoors would be a good one to talk to, and he's part of the community. So you're helping out one of our own that way. So,
and he does great work.
He does.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get with him for about a year now to redo mine, but I think he blocked my number or something. I don't know.
I did.
You blame him?
It's probably because I stole his chair.
You didn't steal my chair at CatCon.
That's true.
I wrote on the back of it, "Not Chad's chair." And Christina's chair, it says "Not Chad's chair" either.
That's great.
So, real quick, while I'm thinking of it, I want to apologize to anybody who bore the wrath of Nightbot yesterday morning before I could get in there and block him. If you're not familiar with Nightbot, it is a automated moderator you can add to your live streams. I've seen it used on a few other channels. It works out well once you get him kind of wrangled in where he's doing what he's supposed to do. Evidently, I did not have a setting right, and if you put more than 2 or 3 emojis, he was getting mad, and he was timing people out without a whole lot of warning. So
yeah, you basically had a Dockery leprechaun running through your chat, just hammering people.
Pretty much, yeah. I saw where and I went back through the log. He was doing, when one of us does timeout, it does 5 minutes. Somehow Nightbot can do it for 10. He was timing people out for 10 minutes.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Jody was baiting Cody from 3+1 into putting emojis to get him banned. So, nobody's how can you get in touch with him. Bobcat, you can find him on Facebook, Bobcat Outdoors, or I'd imagine Bob might have his email address or something on his about page on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, his company is Horizon Graphics. Boys, you feel better?
Pardon me?
I don't know who squeaked, but whatever.
Oh, my chair.
Yeah.
Right.
2 weeks and the official vacation season starts. I am so looking forward to this.
You just had a vacation.
No, I did not have a vacation. Well, the weekend is not a vacation, okay?
Would be to me.
We're getting ready to head out to Virginia for almost a full week. And then down to Wiley for a couple of days where we're going to have the second annual fish-a-thon for Camp Centurion.
Nice.
I think it's going to be pretty fun. But we're also, well, I should say I've got a friend who was working on something. We always do something pretty cool to auction off or, something like that. So be on the lookout of something coming up you may be able to win with that. So I don't know. That's if he gives it up. I've seen a picture of the so far. I got to say he may not want to give this up. So,
well, it's a great organization out there doing wonderful things for our veterans. So it's really cool to see that go. And that's a great place to fish.
It really is. It's a good place to fish. the wife and I thoroughly enjoy going out there. But we're going to try to hit a little bit of Gaston more this year than we did. We didn't. We only fished the dock down there, but we're planning on hitting Gaston up a little bit, as well as Kerr while we're there. We really enjoyed Kerr last year, and we barely hit, a tenth of probably the whole lake, if that. So looking forward to that. And that starts April 1st. We start our journey, and then on April 8th we'll do the fish-a-thon, and there he is. Carolina Catfish says it's going to be awesome.
It is. I see that Kevin Palmetto Cats has joined us.
What's up, Kevin?
Hey, Kevin. I was laughing at Jody's comment there. Said that was Chris from Hooks and Hammocks' best live stream ever was when he stuck the camera up on a tripod and mowed his lawn.
He did that on purpose.
Wabash Nate.
Well, yeah.
Just to antagonize me.
We'll be at Mendota if everything goes right.
Yep.
We're starting to get things rounded up now.
Yep, we're getting into that time frame. I've got one trip to go before Mendota, and I'm ready to get it done and over with. I've got to go out to Denver, Colorado. And,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting because work's talking about sending me down to Plantation, Florida for trading for a week. And I'm like, yay. But it's nice because I got my week at my Kerr trip. I come back, work a week, and then I would go down there and work, come back a week, and then I think it's the following week we go to Mendota.
Nice. Yeah, we've got the one. Of course, work sends you out places, and then you start looking at fishing while you're there, if you're like me. And there is a lake over by where I'm going to be at in Denver that I guess they're cultivating this thing into a trophy walleye lake. It's got a lot of bank fishing access. So I'm like, it might be worth trying to come up with a walleye. I've only caught 2 of them in my life. So, James, although I'm doing it's work-related stuff, it's nothing fun.
That's too bad.
Wait, work's not fun?
Not training. It's going to be death by PowerPoint probably. So,
yeah, that don't sound very.
Yeah, no.
Don't sound very interesting.
You have fun with that.
James Albaugh wants to know when is Mendota. I don't have the exact dates.
I believe it is. I think we're going the 7th through the 13th of May.
I knew you guys could get it a lot faster than I could.
Yeah, we're the 7th. We head there on the 7th, and we leave the 14th to come back.
Thank you, Jeremy.
There's Jeremy with the super chat, bribing Lyle again.
Be careful. People bribing you in chat. You end up calling Dockery and get a lecture during the middle of your show.
For those that didn't know it, James and Katie stopped by here yesterday. And this time he actually come in for a few minutes instead of just walking through my door, opening it, flipping me off, and then leaving the other night. Who would do that?
I've done it once, and I'll do it again, and you know what I'm talking about. It's not.
You're only doing it because CatCon's over for the year, and you're banking on Keith forgetting by the next February.
All right.
James, the one I'm looking at is called Cherry Creek Reservoir. It's a little lake there basically in the middle of Denver, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So
I know some people that live out there. I don't know if they know whether there's any fishing spots or not.
If I thought I'd get away with it, I'd hire a guide service for about half a day out there.
Do they have them?
They appear to have some out that way. Yeah, we don't have them around here, Jeep. We've got, I caught 2 of them last year at Mendota. It was the only time I've ever.
Nope.
We're after the same comment.
What's it?
That one.
Well, I don't know if it was worth it or not, but it sure surprised me that you walked in the door, done that, and then took off, and I couldn't find you. I thought I was just overlooking you, so you're so short, but that was not the case. You actually left. That was a dick.
He just stopped by to charge his Power Wheels. That way he could get home. Thanks, old Joe.
Hey, old Joe, ain't seen you in a while.
I haven't seen you in a long time, man.
Yeah, good to see you.
Chatfield. I'll have to look that one up. Chatfield State Park.
No, that's what you just looked at. All right.
Yeah, I would never do him that way.
Carlisle below Spillway and Randolph County Lake has walleye. See, Parker knows that stuff.
Yeah, but he's fished every area over there that there is.
Well, he doesn't stay on his side of the river. He invades mine. He invades my side of the river and goes up to all these little lakes that I don't have a boat that is allowed on those lakes.
You don't have a kayak?
I do have a kayak, but I'm not confident on it, and I don't have pedal drive like Parker has, so it's an ordeal for me to get around.
Which brings me to the question: is he was having kayak issues yesterday at the end of the broadcast? Did he have to drag that thing all the way back, or did he?
I don't know. I got home and had just sat down, and he called and said he made it off the water, which that was what I wanted to know.
Yeah,
he did have. I believe he had his rudder cable break on his kayak yesterday while he was out and about.
Yeah, that is for his paddle and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paddle cable.
Time to catch some monsters. I agree, man.
That's that time of the year.
Yep.
This is about to be some of the best fishing you're going to have for a while.
I agree.
Once it warms up a bit, that 46-degree water yesterday was not fun. So,
well, to me, it wasn't that. It was the 20-degree. Oh, we just lost Josh. 20-degree air temps with the 25-mile-an-hour winds that gust that just really sucked.
Yeah.
I kicked myself out.
Good job, Ricky.
I would have blamed Chad for it, but
I know I kicked myself all the way out.
I think that we're going to probably still see some cold mornings, but not near as many of them now.
No, hopefully we're past the worst of it. So,
and I'm good with that.
You'll see the cool overnights out probably for a little bit.
Yeah,
but high temperatures, I think you'll start seeing them creep up pretty good. Now that we're through third winter.
Like I say, Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to be 70s, low 70s. So there'll be more of that coming and less of the other. That's how it's supposed to work.
We've got rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Well, if it has to be one of us, might as well be you.
Yeah, they're talking heavy rain. They're putting excessive rainfall outlooks and everything for this week.
Get water back in these ponds, creeks, lakes, and stuff where it needs to be. Chrissy, I'm okay. I've had some back issues today and a little discomfort, but I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the latest forecast is showing anywhere from about 3 to 5 inches of rain over the next few days, or between Thursday and Friday.
Ponds up.
And hopefully, if it's what I'm seeing here, like you said, Lyle, Thursday's high here is 69. So
yeah, we're looking at 70 for Wednesday and 68 for Thursday. So I'm okay with that. And 60s all the way through Sunday, and high 50s from one and 60s from what I see next week. So yeah, we're going away. It's going away. The winter's finally. But I'm okay. I'm okay if James Dockery gets another dusting of snow or two. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Thursday we are supposed to be 72 degrees.
But that's what you need to do is that real warm rain that warms that water.
Oh yeah, that will warm that water up quick.
Yep, it sure will, especially if you get a little southern breeze with it.
But when you're talking 3 to 5 inches of rain, that really fills those rivers up very quick.
It does. Mm-hmm. Because now the ground should have enough water in it that you get a lot of runoff, and we need it. And we was talking to Luke Hinges the other night, and Luke says they got a lot of snow up there. It's going to be melting and coming down, and it'll be coming down the Missouri and the Mississippi and and things like that, and that'll get out all the water stuff back where it needs to be, and hopefully,
Hopefully, to stay that way.
yeah, it'll stay normalized throughout this year. Don't make me bring the cold back down that way. Don't you even. I'm putting my long handles away, dude.
JG Hill, to answer your question, no, nobody sent in any pictures for the bragging board this week, so we'll have to. I was going to put something on the Catfish Weekly Facebook. I need to get the image made for that just to remind people how to do it, because I know I mentioned the email address. And just to clarify things on it, it's pictures of fish you caught within the past week. So don't pick a picture of a fish from 20 years ago and throw it up on the bragging board. You can put that on your Facebook just as easily. If you catch something in that week time frame, that's what we're going to be putting up on that bragging board. So how much for
What's it worth to you, Creole? That's what it really comes down to. Oh.
Well, James Dockery fishing was blocked for 5 minutes.
Apparently, there's your freebie.
Apparently.
Maybe that's what he was bribing Lyle for earlier. We just don't know it.
I don't know. I don't think so, but
yeah, Jerry come up with, I want to say he ended up at like 98 and some change on his.
It was so close to 100.
He was at 100, and we couldn't see it because we were motoring back to the ramp. But what was his camera blanked out in that last few minutes, and Christina didn't get to see that 50th fish, which would have put him over 100. So
it would have, yeah. So
I mean, in reality, he caught over 100 pounds of fish. But
that was that's a great day of fishing.
It was fun. It was fun.
It really was, and it is sad that there was 4 other contestants that didn't catch anything.
Yeah, 2 of them sitting right here on the screen.
I really was shocked at that because, like I say, I had been out Thursday testing to see if we had signal, which we didn't, and we got 7 fish in 45 minutes. They was short. They wouldn't have counted in the tournament. But if I'd have caught that many, I wouldn't have cared if any of them would have made the 1 pound mark. I'd have just sit out there and fish with them. And then where I was at, that could happen, I guess. But it just no signal. I mean, we tried Cindy's phone and my phone, and nothing. Just could not end up with none. And you could walk all the way around the water and up and down where we parked the truck, and just nothing. And we had to leave when we did because Cindy had a sister having surgery, and we didn't have a signal to find out if she was in or out. So that's why we didn't stay any longer with it. But I was telling everybody that we caught them on hand-tied jigs, and we was catching them on little crankbaits. James had left me, and Katie left me some crankbaits on the door of my pickup. They tied a Walmart baggie to the door opener on my pickup when they left last year when they was here. And the real shiny long crankbait was the one that those bass was just going wild over. I don't know what to call it. I don't fish for that with that kind of stuff, but they really liked it. But hand ties and that is what we was catching them on.
Oh no! And we threw everything we had at it yesterday, and
I'll bet.
The only thing I come up with was a gizzard shad. I did have to laugh. I did have to laugh when I come up with a gizzard shad, but
I seen that. That was crazy.
I've never caught a gizzard shad on a blade bait.
I have been skipjack fishing, and gizzards be in so thick that when you're reeling in sabiki rigs or spoons and stuff, you would catch them in the back, but never caught one in the mouth like that.
He was pinned in the mouth. I mean, he wasn't. I mean, his mouth was completely shut. I know he didn't try to bite that thing, but
still weird,
wild to pin one that way. So
very strange, very strange. But you know, it is what it is.
Yep, we had a good time. So that's all.
It was a great tournament. I think it's a great idea. Um, should probably continue it again. Try it another year. See if you get the participation. Uh, but you'll know later on this year when the next two go of how that's going to work out.
Oh yeah.
Not sure you ought to let Dockery in one, but he'd be like Parker and stick it up.
That would be some wild tide jigs right there.
James Dockery hair ties. Drive the fish wild. I could have stepped you off some of that James Dockery hair when he was here the other day. He did take a picture with me and him sitting at the table. He sent it out to, I think, Chad and Luke. I'm not sure who else. That he was at our house, which was kind of enjoyable for me. But with Chad, he don't ever want to come see me.
Whatever. I don't even hear this crap.
Oh wow.
Well, Josh and Christina's been to see me a couple times.
Yep.
They also live like 4 or 5 hours closer than I do.
But you got all this vacation time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He always goes out east. He doesn't come our way when he comes.
Yeah, but we haven't got yet to really travel west other than the Mendota.
That's crazy.
You know,
Mendota's north. I don't even consider Mendota west, and Mendota's traveling north.
Well, thank you.
north for you,
That's
it's north
awesome.
west for me.
Stephanie says she comes see me every day if she lived closer. I don't ever hear Chad say that.
Nope.
Oh, I would so stop by if I lived really close. Every day. And every day you'd have a flaming bag of poop on your door.
Oh, that's so kind of you.
That would be funny to do.
And I would take pictures.
Have you ever done that?
I would be like, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't even send them to you. I'd send them to Dockery.
It used to be fun to do.
It was fun.
Now everybody's got Ring doorbells. They'll have you on camera doing it if you do it now. But
I remember a band teacher one time that we had in school. It had one of them ringing doorbells that as long as you left it pushed in, it would ring. And we took duct tape and
taped it down
with a penny. Yeah. Yes, you would, Mark. Don't even start it.
You say? I would never.
But no, Mark's right. He would just ask for your zip code and then say it's too far away, and then it'd be
Exactly. He'd live in the zip code next to you. Be like,
He'd be, oh no, that's too far. Google Maps says that's 5 minutes. That's oh wow.
He's gonna fool you and send pics from Mendota before we get there.
Probably.
Wait and see.
mm-hmm. Believe that when we see it.
I know that Mark, I believe he has a countdown calendar going.
I tried to download one of them at one time, but I didn't like it. So now I just rely on other people to tell me how long until we go.
Chris, it's not that funny. It was cold nights. You don't understand, dude.
The hardest part was sitting on the porch with that bag of dog poop with that stick going, trying to get that fire to start.
No, I had a Bic.
What's up, Brad Caudell? Tidal Weight Sinkers. He'll be on Catfish and Crappie right after.
He'll be on Mark's show here just a little while.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That will be fun.
Check him out. Brad's a good guy. I like Brad.
Absolutely.
Even though he pulled up next to me on the river one day, and I was like, "Oh man, somebody's coming to see me." And he pulls up, and I wish they're on the truck. I still have them in the pack. And he pulls up, and he hands me a set of those little rod, the styrofoam rod holder things that you put on your rods to keep them, when you're in a kayak or whatever, to help your stuff float. And then he just handed them to me, and then took off. I was like, wow.
Didn't you say they're still in the truck?
Yeah, they're still in the truck.
You ought to put them on your rods. With your history, you ought to put them on your rods.
Anyway, let's talk. We're at 45 minutes in. Let's start talking about some catfishing now.
Let's do it. Is there anything more interesting in the catfishing industry to the three of us other than Mendota coming up?
Ooh, that's the big one coming up. But you know what else it is? It's coming into skipjack season.
That is great.
I love skipjack fishing.
Skipjack fishing is fun.
It really is.
That's actually probably one of my most favorite things to do is catch skipjack. Problem up here is some years you have a little limited time where you can actually catch them at the dams and stuff, like up here at Meldall by Jason's house. But it's like they come in, and the last 2 years has been like this. They come in and are all of a sudden gone within a week. And the only thing we can catch is these little bitty tiny ones that are like 3.
They're not that much fun to catch.
No.
Those are not fun to catch at all. But it's weird. That's what I'm saying, though. It's like the year before last, or I'm sorry, 3 years ago was a really good year up here. But the last 2 years have been like really crappy for skipjack. So you really got to go other places to find them.
Yeah, ours were running pretty good last year. So,
has anybody heard if Cumberland City, Tennessee is open?
I don't know. I usually look Kentucky and Barkley just because they're, hour and a few minutes from me. So
now that's going to be fun. Stephanie says she's going to fish with Cindy and I at Mendota, so that'll be a good time.
That will be fun. She'll find a gar if there's one in Mendota. She'll find it.
That's okay. That's okay. It'd be fun. We'll absolutely have a good time.
I just want to catch a hike up there. So
yeah, I'm just going to hook my boat. I'm going to see wherever Lyle anchors up at. I'm going to pull up next to him, and I'm just going to tie my boat off to his cleat and just set there with him.
I'm going to resync my phone to your trolling motor this year and make sure it sticks this time. Well,
I have a much bigger trolling motor sitting here in the room to put on my boat. I'm going to see what a 112 does to that little tracker boat. How fast? I bet I get a faster speed with that trolling motor than I do with my 60 horsepower engine on it.
I don't know about that, but you'll scoot right on down.
We're gonna see.
Oh, you'll love that 112.
It's either that or that 112. It's so much heavier than the other power drive that I have that it's going to sink the front end of the boat.
Well, them power drives are good too, but them Tarovas, they're really good.
The Tarova's that's the one.
That's what I got.
That's what I have, and I like it. Mine's an older one, but it's completely gone through, and the guy told me not to ever get rid of it because that motor that's on it will never burn up, and the new ones will. He's in the repair business, authorized dealer, so when he told me that, I thought, well, it's a third the price to fix this one as it is to buy a new one, so let's just fix it. And that's what we've done. There's Danny Stone.
I got to figure out how to get this bad boy installed. I installed my last one, but this one's got a lot longer shaft because it was built for a bigger boat. But
now you can shorten that.
We're gonna make it work.
Yeah.
The eventual plan. I'm gonna keep this the way it is. That way, one of these days when I can actually decide on what I'm going to do with the boat, in a couple of years, I will take this on a new boat.
Move it over. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not going to get any cheaper between now and then.
No.
So I think that's a wise. Damn you, dog.
careful. That's what hurt. Hey, that's what hurt your
Random.
back earlier. You reach down to grab your wiener, dog.
She gets pieces of paper out of my trash and takes it over on Gidget's bed and tears it up in little bitty pieces.
Wow, I just don't want you to see
It's a dog, so you know I can't kill it.
Well, I just don't want to see you fall out of your chair trying to reach over and grab your little wiener, dog.
Okay.
Wow.
Anyway,
It's gone.
I had to let me move up in here a little bit. But there's quite a few events that I'm looking forward to. You know, the Mendota trip that's always just a great time. I can't always look forward to that.
Well, it is. It's fun, and there'll be a lot of people up there, and some of the ones that we hope was going to be there is not going to be there, and that's okay. I mean, things happen, but
Oh yeah,
it'll be a great time. It always is, and we're all going to catch a lot of fish, and that's even better.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking very much forward to going out and hanging out with Tom and Michelle for the week, and some other people that'll be out there. I'm sure I'll run the one hunters and KP, and might take a little trip up to the James for a day and see what's going on up there.
Yeah,
if the plan works out well, I'm trying to talk that Keith from Fishing and Stuff to come out to Wiley so I can whoop him again.
That'd be fun too.
I don't know that he really fishes anymore, but he's got an invite. He's got an open invite. I saw Parker Pursuit's comment.
Yeah, there's part. I'm with Uncle Jeep though. Whenever you yelled at the dog, I thought the dog had done something.
It did. Tore up paper. I just cleaned some up a while ago.
Yeah, Jeep thought the dog let one go in the room. That's kind of what I thought happened too. So,
well, my grandson was over helping Cindy do some stuff a while ago, and he took her out. And you got to put her on a leash because she gets to running out there. You can't hardly catch her. But he took her out and didn't leave her out long enough. So as I was eating dinner, sitting here visiting with a couple of people, she was considered doing that in my room, and I got up from eating and took her out so she could take a load off in. So I think she's probably good, but she's a pretty good dog. But you can have her back. She jumps on the door and it comes open, and in she comes.
She got a whole mess over here again.
I know. Mama's dog.
she's gonna get passed around up there at Mendota. Everybody's gonna.
Yeah.
She's gonna get spoiled. She's gonna come back from there spoiled.
She's already spoiled.
Oh, here we go.
12 or 13 weeks old.
13.
You're
going down, Mister.
But I dropped my
caught a
phone.
big one in the.
Hey, all I got to say is I still have no proof that you even caught a fish last year other than a supposed photo that could have been taken at any time.
Oh, wow.
So just because you're
Who's he talking to?
about coming in on a live,
You can't talk to Keith that way.
No, you can't do that to Keith.
well, I'll be honest. I mean, this is what you see here. You ought to see how I talk to him. I talk the real smack on the phone.
Oh.
And I'm like, listen here, son. I've done forgot more about fishing than you know.
It's Keith with fishing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's my hero. I'm gonna try to break him. I'm gonna break him of the
I don't think so, Jerry.
being scared of lives. I'm gonna break him with this. What Jeremy saying?
Parker said he's gonna dog sit.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you get the dog away from Cindy for very long. I get away from her long enough. She comes in here, and like I say, I just push the door shut. She jumps on it, comes open, she rolls in, and she comes in here and lays on Gidget's bed, which is huge. That bed's like 3 by 3 by 4 or 5 inches thick. And she'll drag it over to the door and keep jerking on it till she gets it out in the hallway and then takes it up the hall. I don't know how she gets that thing no bigger than she is. She don't weigh but about 4.5, 5 pounds.
There's Dan Thompson joining us.
Hey, Dan.
Oh, Dan.
How's it going, Dan? Good to see you.
I only fish once a year, so I couldn't have caught it anytime.
Well, to be fair, though, you weren't the one holding the fish. David was. So you didn't even catch that one. What now? I'm talking all time. I'm ready. Let's go. Couple weeks. I'm ready to get it.
Man.
This night went fast, boy.
It did, didn't it?
It did.
Because I'm sleepy.
Fishing with squirrel.
Good to have him in here.
Yeah, we figured we'd come in here tonight. We didn't really have anything set to talk about, but we have just a kind of a BS session. We do have some things we're talking about, working on, and I would love for Josh to go over one more time because I know there was at least, and it better not be a picture of Jerry with a bass, but tell him more about the bragging board.
Yeah, I don't think we can. I don't know. Jerry probably send in 100 pictures,
Or two.
No, we didn't have it. We did not have any submissions to the bragging board this week. I'm going to get the image put together, get that posted to the Catfish Weekly Facebook. That will just kind of explain everything, how this is going to work. But in a nutshell, just to clarify some things, it's for fish that you've caught within that about week range. So don't go grab a if you caught a big fish 20 years ago, that's great. Hey, we're glad you caught it. Be proud of it. But that's not the intent of the bragging board. The bragging board is for weekly photos of catches from that week. And you'll just be able to email those pics in, and we'll get those put up towards the end of the show on every Monday. Like I said, I'll get the image done sometime this week. It's just been a rough week. Everybody in the house has been sick, and it's been off and on and on and off. And anybody who has children know that if you have 2 sick children, the way children get rid of illnesses is they give it to an adult. So they decided to give it to me this time.
You guys kind of had it going around the house there for a while.
It's been bad.
No problem, KP. KP's been listening, but he's been stuffing his face, just catching his breath now.
Steve Ransom's been listening, and we've been keeping him entertained while he ties rigs, and nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
And Creole Catfishing going to have Mark, Fishing Magician 2.0, on his and Roger's show tomorrow night. That's going to be a good show to watch.
Yeah.
Plus something new to the community y'all don't want to miss.
Nice.
I know what it is.
Parker, you want to get timed out?
Yes, he does. I don't even know what he did, but yeah, he does.
He said he wanted. He said, can I send a picture of Chad skunking yesterday for the bragging board? So.
Oh, my.
You get this in here.
Fun show tonight, fellas. Fun show tonight. Enjoyed visiting with you guys. Want to thank everybody in chat for being part of what we're doing. Be sure to hit that thumbs up before you leave. If you haven't subscribed, we'd appreciate it if you do, and you're always welcome to join the group. It's all posted down below. Want to thank everybody for joining us. We'll see you next Monday night on Catfish Weekly.
Have a great week, everybody.
Have a great rest of your week.